everyone, I'm Tash Bunny and welcome to the Gamescom Asia studio. Today, we're going to showcase some amazing indie games and studios from around the world, check out the latest and greatest from our friends over at Scopely, and take an in-depth look at Japan's gaming scene and close out with the World Warriors qualifiers featuring some of the best fighting game players in Southeast Asia. To kick off the show, Arief, Johan, and Andreas Betsche from Virtual Sea will show us some of the incredible Southeast Asian games that are making waves in the region and speak with the developers making this possible.
Hello and welcome to the Made in Southeast Asia showcase here at Gamescom Asia Studio. My name is Andreas Betsche, Editor-in-Chief at the gaming website Virtual Sea.
And my name is Arief Johan. I'm a content creator covering the Southeast Asian games ecosystem. This showcase is aimed at highlighting the most anticipated and creative games from developers across Southeast Asia.
You can expect trailers, gameplay, and hear directly from the teams behind the games.
We hope you enjoy the show, and let's take a look at the first trailer.
The end of the 17th century, when ruthless corporations ruled the seas with an iron fist. They ignited a battle for global supremacy to dominate the world's most valuable trade routes. A flood of exotic goods from the Indian Ocean stormed the West, creating new addictions and a violent race for control. And where there's blood, there are predators. Labelled as enemies of all mankind, this new breed of pirates will show no mercy. Sailing through dangerous waters, they created secret trading networks and built their pirate empires. But they were always on the edge of losing it all and sinking to the depths as skull and bones.
This could be the greatest heist ever.
Fire away!
And you, Cully, will play the villain. Ready your ship. Gird your loins and seize that fucking convoy! Destiny is calling, and our names are on her lips.
Fire! They'll sink in a moment! Fire everything you have! Off our starboard!
Hello, my name is Dimas from Majikan Studio, an indie game studio based in Surabaya, Indonesia. I am director of A Space for the Unbound, a slice-of-life side-scrolling adventure game set in 90s Indonesia about overcoming anxiety, depression, and a relationship between a boy and girl with supernatural powers. The game tells a story about high school sweethearts, Atma and Raya, through their journey of self-discovery. In this game, you will explore a vibrant little town and look for clues, solve puzzles, dive into the minds of townspeople to uncover secrets, and face the unknown supernatural forces that threaten the peaceful town. Please look forward to the release of A Space for the Unbound by Majikan Studio, coming soon to PC and consoles. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm Benny, the CEO and lead designer of CBG.
And I'm Ishan Jaijalaka, the art director of CBG.
Firstly, we'd like to thank everyone at Gamescom Asia. We are so grateful for the chance to show our upcoming Paper Ghost Stories titled The Eye Open.
So the story follows Ting, a young girl who can see the spirit world and her life through the ages of 5 to 11. Here we're showing scenes from an early version of the game, taking place at a campsite in the hills.
Watch Ting getting to explore the campsite and completing many tasks given by her father, but things take a dark turn at night as Ting and her friends go deeper into the forest where something sinister awaits for them.
We'll be showing more of Paper Ghost Stories Third Eye Open very, very soon. We're sorry that we couldn't be at Gamescom Asia, but we hope you enjoyed the show. Now, here's the teaser trailer from the game. Thank you so much for watching.
Welcome everybody. I have Sakina here, Managing Director of Persona Theory Games. Sakina, what is Cabaret and what can people expect from the game?
So Cabaret is a game about a boy that gets turned into a monster and gets thrown into a world full of Southeast Asian monsters. So what people can expect is to learn more about the creatures, the myth, the legends of Southeast Asia. They get to learn about a little bit of culture of Southeast Asia through the games, backstories about our history, our culture, what goes on in Southeast Asia. At the same time, we'll be throwing a lot of difficult questions to the players, like what does it really mean to be a monster?
And where did the idea for Cabaret come from?
So, Persona Theory Games as a company where we don't come from games. So we actually come from like advertising, digital marketing, and most importantly, film. So we did a lot of film work with another company called Pusaka based in Kuala Lumpur, which does a lot of cultural work. So through that, we were exposed to traditional practices like kuda kepang, mak yong, traditional wayang kulit, and we were inspired to tell a game that features elements of these, and at the same time, like personally, I grew up in like London. So I feel like I'm very disconnected with who I am as a Malaysian, as a Malay, and I want to explore more of the region. And I feel like this was an opportunity to not only for us as devs to really learn about what these monsters actually stand for culturally, but also like share this with the world internationally.
Yeah, I know that resonates so much with a lot of us here in Southeast Asia, but I'm also really curious, how does Cabaret differ from your previous games, and how has the team evolved? I know you guys have grown over the past couple months, couple years.
Yeah, our first game, Fires at Midnight, was like making an indie film. It was more intimate. It was a story about a couple trying to survive a pandemic, and the questions that we pose to people is like, do you really know the person that you're with? Can you really trust that person? And also at the same time, it's about relationships with your family, your loved ones, your friends, your surroundings. And that was really at the core. That was only done by 5 people, like me and the co-founders, Michelle, our art director, and Hilmi, our lead programmer. And we had help with from people, our friends, and our audio house, Hello Universe, helped a lot. But you know, that's just like making an intimate indie film. Cabaret is really more of us like making the world bigger, thinking about our international audience because we're supported by Wings Interactive. A lot of our exposure, Cabaret's exposure in the beginning are to Europeans and Americans. So it's been received quite well, surprisingly, and it's only gaining momentum here in Malaysia recently. Yeah. So I find that very interesting. So I think as we grow as a studio, So from Fireside Midnight, there was 5 of us of the main team. And then now we're 7 people, head of department strong, with like 6 other juniors. So that's about 13 of us. So we're growing every year and every game. And in each game, I feel like we want to show more and more of Southeast Asia.
Yeah, and I think that's a perfect segue because I was going to ask, why focus on Southeast Asian myths and folklore? Was there a reason?
Again, it's about us learning about our own culture. And also, I think as Southeast Asians, you always get told, like, when you go out late at night, be careful, like banana trees, there's Pontianak hanging around. There's certain things you don't do because something will come and get you. I think it's such a Southeast Asian thing that like grandparents and then our parents would tell us to warn us, like to teach us morals, but at the same time, it's also traumatizing. So I think we just want to share that with the world. And so far from what we learned from our international audience is that they in their own culture have something similar. So we're all connecting through trauma and monsters.
Yeah. And finally, I guess, when can people expect Playthrough Cabaret? When can people get this game in their hands?
Cabaret will release on Xbox consoles and Steam and Epic on March. Hopefully we'll cement the exact release date soon, but definitely March 2023.
Amazing. I'm super excited. Thanks so much for being here with me. But
Thank you for having me.
We're founded in 2013 with more than 30 PC and mobile games under our belt. Now we're an independent game studio made up of 13 talented, hardworking individuals. These are our artists. These are our programmers. And these are our support. And these are our big bad bosses. Based in Indonesia, we come from different corners of the archipelago, working together to make the best games to exhibit what our country is capable of. Our game, My Lovely Wife, is a dating, management, alchemy simulator that explores the notion of one's willingness to do anything for love, even through sacrifice.
We are Kaigan Games, a small team of 15 based in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. We've been making found phone horror games for the past 6 years, blending a simulated phone with full motion videos to create an immersive mobile experience. Now, we are proud to present Simulacra 3, the next installment in our long-running series of found phone horror games. In Simulacra 3, you unravel a series of mysterious disappearances of a small town by going through the phone of one of its victims.
I'm not the person you think I am.
These disappearances are getting out of hand. The police reports show a linear growth at the start, but over the past few weeks it's growing exponentially. The bright side is, more cases means more evidence. I've been digging through the files and I noticed these symbols.
Hi everyone, I'm so happy to be here with Har, narrative designer of the game Valkyrian Arc Hero School Story. Har, happy to have you here.
Thank you.
For new fans of the series, what is Valkyrian Arc Hero School Story 2 about?
Well, this is a RPG simulation game where you will play as a principal of a hero school. So in the game you will build classrooms, enroll students, take them to courses, and then send them to adventures all the way until you graduate them as new heroes of this world, Valkyria.
Valkyrian Arc Hero School Story is a sequel. What can players expect after playing the first game?
Well, of course there will be some changes. Like in the first game, the combat is real time, but for this one we use turn-based. So we expect more tactics and strategy from the player. Aside from that, we also have more narrative content in the form of character stories. In the first game, almost all students are randomized and they don't have their own stories, but now they have. So player can fulfill the students' needs to unlock more stories and then see their true ending when they graduate.
The game released in early access earlier this year. How has been the reception so far?
Well, of course, some people are shocked at the change. Like, it was real time last time, but now it is turn-based. But most of them are cautiously waiting until the finished product. On the flip side, while we switch to turn-based combat, there are many new people who at first reluctant to try our game because they don't really have that twitch for action game, but now they like to try it because they can stomach turn-based more. So yeah, it's a trade-off that we think is worth it for this new installment.
The Valkyrian Arc series started as a Flash game many years ago. How would you say has the game development scene in Indonesia developed since then, and how does that affect the development of Valkyrian Arc Hero School Story 2?
It has changed a lot since the early 2000s from the first Flash game of Valkyrian Arc. Nowadays, gamers in Indonesia like to play competitive. We even have a new word for it. It's called mabar, main bareng. So playing together, literally. But there are still a market for premium single-player games, and we're still aiming for that side of market. And although the prevalence of these competitive games and also gacha games from Japan and China, we learn from them. Their main thing is creating characters that are relatable and making people want to get those characters. So we learn from them and we take that principle into Valkyrian Arc 2 by making our students more relatable, giving them stories, and making sure that players want to spend time to know better about those students and then graduate them as heroes.
What can players accept from Valkyrian Arc Hero School story up until its full release?
For now, we're still collating players' feedback from the early access, and we're improving our game based on those feedbacks. And we're also still aiming for completing the contents. I heard that we're going to go gold at early next year.
Excited for that. Thank you so much, Har, for answering our question. Please make sure to check out Valkyrian Arc Hero School story on Steam. Thank you.
Thank you.
Trust is sunrise that glimmers with future and hope. I'm waiting in the dark with monsters and demons that glare towards the bright side of life and crossroads. Listen to the inside, the lost souls will listen to stories when you need to broke apart. But only stop and lost the will of the heroes to rise to top, joining hands with your heart. Your heart is big. Apart, prepare to depart. We build it all from the start. Getting through the day of loving every day. We all the companions along the way. Until the day when we belong to be. Get through the journey and through all the world to see. If I made us getting in, don't let them crash on the futures and dreams. Watching us all fight to land the seas. But we know we'll be fine and forever sing.
Hello everyone, I'm Andre.
And I'm Rahmat from Digital Happiness.
We are super excited to walk you through the world of Dreadhound, the multiplayer game about horror and deception that we have been working on.
In Dreadhound, you will all start as one of the private containment agencies, a secret group of dedicated scientists, believers, and exorcists. Before starting the game, you can choose an agent and also a spectromorph ghost. Since pure science is ineffective against creatures and spiritual entities, the only way to encounter them is by using the modified detection tools specifically designed and fused with the traditional amulets. Some objects emit specific energy only detectable by a certain sensor. In this case, we use a uniquely trained goldfish to detect a cursed chemical signal, or CAT. Although it's not all fun and sunshine, one of us is possessed by an evil entity, and they will try to sabotage the entire mission. And now, I got to show you the other side of this experience. For that, I give the talk to Andre. Back to you, Andre.
Thank you, Rahmat. Andre here. The Possessed One has a set of abilities at their disposal. Now, let's try the trap and the Reaper's Mark. I will place some traps and summon the Reaper. The Possessed One has to be careful though. They need to be deceptive and not reveal their true intention. Because everyone has a chance to cast a curse on any other player if they found someone suspicious. And finally, the Possessed One is able to transform and kill everyone. Depending on which spectrum of that I choose before, each ghost will have a unique ability to use as well. So that was the basic gameplay of Dreadhound. There are plenty more to be revealed later, and we hope you guys enjoy it. Don't forget to wishlist and join with more than 1,000 agents that participated in the next phase of limited playtest on Steam to discover the untold mysteries within Dreadhome.
Be ready, agents. We don't have much time. Our monitor shows an approaching heavy Class E supernatural entity. Collect the remaining cursed items and evacuate quickly. Watch your back, and please, be safe.
Halo, saya Andre dari Digital Happiness. Kita bertemu kembali di World Premiere Gameplay Overview of Graveless. Di kesempatan yang cukup jarang ini, saya akan memperkenalkan Fadi Vanadi sebagai CTO dan juga Game Director dari Graveless dan juga Dread Series.
Halo semuanya, perkenalkan nama saya Fadi Vanadi, kreator dari Graveless. Saya sangat senang akhirnya bisa memperkenalkan Graveless ke kalian semua. Graveless sebenarnya adalah weekend project dari Digital Happiness yang telah berjalan kurang lebih setahun yang lalu, yang terus-menerus diiterasi fitur gameplaynya. Gameplay footage yang kamu lihat ini adalah prototipe yang masih menggunakan Unreal 4. Namun saat ini Graveless sedang kita integrasikan ke Unreal 5. Pada dasarnya Graveless adalah game single player action RPG dungeon crawler. Beberapa inspirasi yang diambil adalah Diablo, Soul River, dan Soul Series. Player akan bermain sebagai salah satu Reapers yang bertugas untuk mengembalikan dunia kembali seperti asalnya dan mengungkap misteri di belakangnya. Dunia Graveless dipenuhi oleh para immortal. Graveless akan mengkombinasikan petualangan penuh aksi, puzzle solving, platforming, dan eksplorasi. Reapers mempunyai ability yang beragam, dari pertarungan tangan kosong sampai beberapa senjata eksotis lainnya. More to be revealed soon. Terima kasih.
Dan itu adalah cuplikan dari gameplay Graveless. Semoga kalian suka, mohon doa restunya agar developernya lancar, dan juga jangan lupa wishlist and subscribe to our Steam Developer channel juga ya. Andre dari Digital Happiness, signing out.
Hey everybody, we have Kay here, game designer at Fair Play Studios. Kay, I'm really excited to talk to you. You have an upcoming game. But for those that don't know, what is at your service and what can people expect from the game?
Well, At Your Service, in a sense, is the game about we play as an elite housekeeping team that goes from house to house, cleaning it like real spick and span, and then come out as fast as they can. Well, the thing is, the team kind of have like a promise to the house owner that will also be presented in game, that the house will be clean in like 3 minutes. So they're going to have to clean that in like 3 minutes tops. And then the house owner starts going around checking things, and then if they see anything amiss, see the job that the team has neglected, they're gonna find that out, and then maybe if it was not satisfactory, they're gonna fire you. Yeah. So the team will have to like work around the clock and also distract the house owner in some way in order to get the job done and get out ASAP.
Yes. And it's quite interesting, right? Because it is a co-op party game.
Yep.
You know, we've seen a lot of co-op party games become quite popular over the past couple of years. What makes your game different than the rest?
Well, in other games, the games are what works against the players are the level design, the stage hazards and whatnot. But in this game, we have the house owners to put our minds to it, because they are going to walk around, they're going to check things, and they're going to like keep on pressuring you to act in certain ways.
Got it.
Yeah, so I think the additional layers of the game is going to be interesting to the players.
Yeah, and it's so funny because your previous game at Fair Play, Fallen Knight, had some co-op elements in the game as well.
A little bit.
A little bit, yes. What excites the team about making co-op style experiences?
Well, thing is, what we want as a company is to see players get together and have a fun time, good time together. So in this game, we designed with that in mind. The experience is tuned for multiplayer co-op experience. So, but the game is also should be enjoyable for like a solo or duo players. Therefore, at Your Service, we have dynamic difficulty adjustment, which scales the game in preparation to each amount of players that are in the game. So I think the game should be enjoyable for all types, all group size of players.
Got it. And how's development coming along for the game?
The development is coming along nicely. We mostly have the core game done. We are in the process of adding in the contents and whatnot. We can expect the game to launch probably in Q2 of the next year.
Okay.
I think we should probably hit that. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I know I can't wait, and you guys should definitely check out their upcoming. It looks really fun. It looks really exciting. So thanks for coming by.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you for watching the Made in Southeast Asia showcase here at Gamescom Asia Studio.
If you want to see more of these games showcased today, please visit their website, wishlist their games on Steam, and enjoy playing these amazing titles from the region.
Before we let you go, we want to leave you with one of the most anticipated indie titles from Indonesia.
Hey guys, I'm AJ from Toge Productions, an indie game studio from Indonesia, and I'm the music and project manager of Coffee Talk Episode 2, Hibiscus and Butterfly.
I'm Frederick, the lead programmer in Coffee Talk Episode 2.
My name is Dio, the artist of Coffee Talk Episode 2.
I'm Johan from Toge Productions, and I am the programmer of Coffee Talk Episode 2, Hibiscus and Butterfly.
My name is Jackie Panchi from Toge Productions, and I'm the narrative designer.
I'm Anna Winterstein, and I'm one of the two writers on Coffee Talk 2, Hibiscus and Butterfly.
Coffee Talk is a coffee brewing, heart-to-heart talking simulator, and the game is back for a second episode.
As a barista in a late-night coffee shop, you will serve your customer warm drinks, accompanied by cozy lo-fi music, while listening to their stories.
The game is set in alternate Seattle, with stories ranging from a social media junkie satyr, a banshee who dreams of being a singer, and many more others.
Learn to make latte art and find the right brew for each customer by experimenting with ingredients to discover lots of recipes to warm up their hearts.